In a quiet corner of Cebu City, where the streets are narrow and the noise of daily survival never truly sleeps, a boy grew up learning very early that dreams do not come wrapped in comfort. His mornings did not begin with alarm clocks or school bells but with the sound of hunger, with the weight of responsibility pressing on shoulders far too young to carry it. While other children memorized lyrics for fun, he memorized hardship. Yet somewhere in that crowded city, among cracked pavements and tired faces, music found him. Or perhaps he found music, clinging to it the way drowning hands cling to hope. He did not own expensive instruments. He did not have vocal coaches or studio recordings. What he had was a voice shaped by struggle, a voice that carried nights of worry, years of sacrifice, and a quiet promise made to himself that life would not always look this way. When he sang, it was not to impress, it was to survive. Every note carried the dust of the streets, the warmth of family love, and the ache of unfulfilled dreams waiting for a chance to breathe. The song, Hotel California, is not an easy song. It is layered, complex, emotionally demanding, and unforgiving to those who sing it without understanding its soul. Many trained singers fail to capture its depth. Yet this boy, standing far from home on a stage that once seemed unreachable, did not just sing it. He lived inside it. From the first line, his voice carried something that could not be taught. It was raw but controlled, gentle but powerful, broken yet confident. The kind of voice that makes people stop breathing for a moment, not because it is perfect but because it is honest. The judges were not prepared for what they heard. They had seen countless performers, heard thousands of voices, and watched dreams rise and fall under bright stage lights. But this was different. This was not just a performance. This was a life speaking through sound. As the boy stood there, small in frame but immense in presence, the room shifted. The audience leaned forward. The judges exchanged glances that said, "Do you feel that too?" Every lyric came with intention. There was no wasted breath, no empty note. His voice moved effortlessly between softness and strength, carrying emotion like a tide that pulls you in without asking permission. It was as if the song had been waiting for him all along, waiting for someone who understood what it meant to feel trapped, to search for escape, to hope for something better while knowing that the past never truly lets go. Tears did not come because the song was sad. They came because the truth was undeniable. The judges were not crying for the boy alone. They were crying for every unseen child with talent buried under poverty, for every dream delayed by circumstance, for every voice that never gets a microphone. In that moment, the stage stopped being a competition platform and became a witness to something sacred. One judge wiped their eyes, visibly shaken, trying to maintain composure while knowing it was already lost. Another leaned back, overwhelmed, hands covering their face in disbelief. This was not sympathy. This was respect. The kind that arrives when greatness shows itself without arrogance, without demand, without force. The golden buzzer moment did not feel like a dramatic television stunt. It felt inevitable. It felt earned. When it was pressed, it was not just a button lighting up the stage. It was a door opening. A door that had been locked for years, rusted by struggle, now swinging wide for a boy who never stopped knocking even when no one answered. Golden confetti fell like rain, but the boy did not move at first. Shock held him still. For someone who had learned to expect disappointment, joy arrived like something unreal. Something fragile. His eyes widened, searching for confirmation that this was real, that this was not another dream he would wake up from too early. Then emotion took over. Tears streamed down his face, not out of weakness, but out of release. Years of holding back finally had permission to pour out. The audience rose to their feet not because they were told to, but because their hearts demanded it. Applause filled the space, loud and unrestrained, a sound that wrapped around him like an embrace. For the first time, the boy was not invisible. For the first time, the world stopped to listen. What made the performance unforgettable was not technical perfection. It was the courage it took to stand there. To sing in a place where failure is public, where judgment is immediate, where vulnerability is risky. He did not hide behind confidence. He offered his truth, fully exposed, trusting that it would be enough. His voice carried the Philippines with it. It carried Cebu City, his family, his past, and the version of himself that once sang quietly so as not to disturb anyone. That voice now filled an international stage, reaching millions who would never walk his streets but would feel his story all the same. In a world often obsessed with polish and image, this moment reminded everyone that authenticity still matters. That pain, when transformed into art, can heal not only the one who carries it but everyone who listens. The judges were not just witnesses, they were participants in a moment bigger than television. As the song ended, silence followed, thick and heavy, the kind of silence that exists only when words are no longer enough. Then the reaction came, overwhelming and unstoppable. The boy stood there, shaking, smiling through tears, trying to understand how life could change so completely in a matter of minutes. That stage did not give him talent. It revealed it. The golden buzzer did not make him worthy. It recognized what had always been there. This performance was not the beginning of his story. It was the moment the world finally caught up to it. And somewhere back in Cebu City, in the same streets where dreams learned to be patient, his story became proof that hope is not foolish. That voices born in hardship can travel farther than anyone expects. That sometimes, all it takes is one song, sung with truth, to remind the world why it listens in the first place.